Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, peeps. Had to sit down quickly there. You
Yeah.
gotta move fast when you're with Pickle Lady.
Well, listen, we got a schedule.
Yeah.
We're doing 10 of these today.
She is a taskmaster.
We're shooting 10 of these today.
Yeah.
So it's like, look, let's go. Boom, boom, boom.
That's the magic of television. Well, I guess it's not really television. What is it?
I don't know what this
iPhone.
is. It's crazy.
Social media.
That's what it is.
I don't know. Today
anyway.
we're talking about terrain.
Terrain. This is something Randall does that absolutely drives me insane. It's a new thing he does. When we're going down a hill, he likes to shift. And nothing, I don't know why. I'm going to be honest. It irritates the crap out of me.
That's reason number one why I do it. Diane and I are both from New Orleans, and we spent a lot of our lives in Houston. If you've ever spent any time there, once you get past the heat, the humidity, and the mosquitoes, the next thing you notice is that everything is flat.
Flat.
Super flat. Yes. So the first time, we had just moved here, and there's a pretty big hill right outside our subdivision that leads down to a stoplight. Mm-hmm. The first time I went down that hill, the light turned red, and by the time I got to the end of the hill, I could not stop. I never drove anywhere where there were hills, particularly going downhill, and I have none of those, or at that time, had none of those skills. So I get down and then I brake and I'm screeching, screeching through the six-way stop or whatever it is, blowing my horn.
And screeching vocally as well.
And screeching, yes.
Not just the tires.
Yeah, not just the tires
Somebody
screeching.
sounded like a little girl.
Yeah, just a little bit, yeah. So I had to learn how to drive where there's terrain. And so the next thing, you have to brake going downhill. And then after a year and a half, and I needed to get new brake pads, I learned to downshift. So for those of you who have lived places where there are hills, you know what I'm talking about. If you drive an 18-wheeler, you know what I'm talking about. When you're going downhill, instead of braking the whole time, you want to downshift. And that keeps the car from getting too fast, and it keeps you from wearing out your brakes.
Yes, it does. But it's also highly annoying.
Yeah, which is another benefit.
Yeah.
So another reason to
when
do
he
it.
does it, because I'm like, oh God, we need to get somewhere, and he's,
Yeah.
Anyway, that's another story for another day.
So that's terrain. So part of the thing about terrain is you need to learn how to drive where there's terrain. If you're not used to it, it's a thing. So, it's a skill that you need to pick up. Yeah.
But another thing you should realize too, when you move here, don't think you have to have an all-terrain vehicle. It's helpful. A lot of people, we have a high percentage of Subarus. You'll see them everywhere.
Yes.
And they are great in the winter when we have a little bit of snow and a little bit of ice.
Yes.
But even if you don't have an all-terrain, we don't.
Yes.
The snow, it's not a problem.
It's not. You don't need
It's
chains
not that severe.
or
No
snow
snow
tires, or any of that
tires,
stuff.
no chains on your tires, nothing like that.
Now, four-wheel drive is helpful. It's not necessary.
Mm-hmm.
So when it first starts to snow, if you're going up a hill and you don't have four-wheel drive, there are times you won't make it. Don't try to just go really fast and make it to the top, because if you don't make it, you're going to slide back down and hit the cars behind you.
Which could be interesting.
Yeah, so if it begins to snow, and we don't get enough snow for this really to matter, particularly if you're retired, if your car doesn't have four-wheel drive, you might want to just wait until everything's plowed and all that stuff. Yeah,
that's what we do.
Yeah.
And I mean, we are from the deep south.
Yes.
We have never been in hills. We have never been in any kind of winter weather. We do just fine.
We do just fine.
We do just fine.
You do need all-terrain vehicles to drive in New Orleans. And that's just because they don't spend any money on the roads. We just did a wind down on road construction.
Yes.
They just did all the road construction this spring.
Oh,
Everything
spring.
is nice, fresh asphalt. It's wonderful. So you really don't need all-terrain vehicles for the roads in town. Mm-mm. If you get off the beaten path, if you want to go down some of the Senator Highway leads down to
some of the more remote areas, yes, you will.
Yeah, and that's fun. People do it. People Jeep a lot.
Yeah, a lot of people Jeep.
Yeah, but you don't need that for just around town.
Just regular driving around, no.
You might have trouble with low clearance vehicles. And we did a video before on driveways. Sometimes the driveways are kind of hard to get up the curb, or it's not graded right. And if you have like a Prius or something like that, you might need a little more clearance.
Yeah.
But
it's all good.
It's nothing like a
nothing to be scared about. Nothing to be scared about.
That, yeah.
It's easy peasy.
Yeah,
Lemon
I think
squeezy.
that's it for terrain. Anything else
I think
on
that's
terrain?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just bought 3 3D maps that show terrain on the map.
God, yeah.
And
he's such a nerd.
yeah,
And I had to go have him framed.
Yeah, she did.
So every day he looks at all the terrain.
All
Anyway,
the terrain, I love it.
it's a weirdo
I am
thing.
in love with terrain now. The first time we went to Denver, we were with some friends, and I made them pull over so I could throw a rock over the cliff and just watch it fall.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, that's amazing. Gravity is a wonderful thing.
It's been a long 37
Yeah,
years.
you know,
if you know what I mean.
Yeah, she's
Been a
earned her keep.
So
So that's terrain.
that's our terrain
Yeah.
lesson for
Lesson
you.
for
If you're
today.
coming to Prescott,
Yeah.
you should be aware. So that's it. And we hope that you guys have a good evening.
Yep.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.